I'm pleased to join you tonight to add my voice to the many saluting Dick Palmquist. His induction into the Hall of Fame is a fitting tribute to one of the finest to ever serve the broadcast industry. You know, we here at NAB are fortunate to be able to work with broadcasters in virtually every state and every city of our great country. And that gives us a unique perspective into the best of our business. I can say without equivocation that Dick Palmquist exemplifies the ideals that every broadcaster should strive for. He led the Nebraska Broadcasters for over 13 years and set the highest of standards. His background in broadcasting, advertising, marketing, as executive director, and as president of the NBA has been and will be well chronicled tonight. All of us know how fortunate the NBA has been to have been served by such a great, decent, honest, and hardworking man. Someone once said the most satisfying thing in life is to have been able to give a large part of oneself to others. When it's put in those terms, Dick's life was rich indeed. He was also blessed to have such a wonderful partner and friend in his wife, Annabelle Current. I know Annabelle has been active in the broadcast industry with Dick and also worked with him in many of his business ventures. I got to know her as she traveled with Dick to the state leadership conferences here in Washington and to other NAB meetings. Two of the most rewarding things to be shared in life are labor and love. And Dick and Annabelle shared both of those and much more. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this tribute to our good friend, Dick Palmquist. He will certainly be missed by all of us.
Tonight, the Nebraska Broadcasters have gathered together to pay tribute to a man who has greatly influenced television and radio, both locally and nationally. Born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska, Dick F. Palmquist caught the broadcasting bug early. A graduate of North High School, Palmquist began his professional career in the early 50s at the age of 19 at KBON Radio in Omaha. Dick juggled work and school while attending the University of Nebraska at Omaha. One of Dick's many responsibilities at the station was to recreate action at baseball games from the studio.
On those strips, it would say B1, ball 1, or S2, and that's all the information it would have. At the actual baseball game, you had somebody typing this out, and they would give the accounting. You're back in the studio, and you're creating the game, and S2, you'd go through all the other motions. There's a windup and the pitch, and it's ball 1, low and away. Might have not been low and away, but it was ball 1.
After 6 months at KBON, Palmquist came to WOW Radio and Television. In addition to announcing, he also hosted 2 popular television shows for WOW. One of those programs, the Teenage Disc Jockey Show, featured Palmquist with local teams. Dick's other program, Stand By for Action, was an extremely popular children's show. Dressed in military garb, Major Action, as Palmquist was called on the show, entertained children both on the air and at local hospitals. Stand By for Action was once the second highest rated show in the Omaha market. It continues to be one of the most popular shows of its time in WOW TV history. After several years on air in Nebraska, Palmquist became manager of a successful radio station group in Wisconsin and Indiana. In 1974, he founded Palmquist Creative Services, an advertising firm based in Racine, Wisconsin. The firm won numerous awards, among them the prestigious Addy Award. Dick returned to his hometown in 1986. He formed Palmquist Associates, a marketing communications firm specializing in advertising, public relations services, and sales consulting and seminars. Dick Palmquist secured his legacy of service beginning in 1989, when he became the executive director of the Nebraska Broadcasters Association. He was instrumental in developing the Nebraska Broadcasters Association Foundation, and he continued to expand the foundation's scholarships and other services over the years. One of Dick's best-known ideas, a monthly radio call-in show featuring Nebraska's governor, is best described by Senator Ben Nelson.
Well, Dick was really a pioneer in many ways, and one of the ways that I think really exemplified his vision was that he came to me and said, look, can we have a statewide call-in show where the governor would, on a monthly basis, be on a broadcast that would be statewide, and take questions from callers, from people across the state. And I said, sounds like a good idea to me. So after a while, we got it set up, and we had the first call-in show set up to occur in the ballroom of the Cornhusker Hotel in Lincoln. And somehow my schedule got a little bit balled up, and I arrived on time, but just as he was announcing that it was about to begin. And we got quite a laugh out of that I certainly didn't waste any time showing up early. But I know he was on the edge of his seat whether I was going to be able to be there at all, and how he was going to explain to the people that it was the governor's call-in show, but the governor's not here. But we carried that on for a long time, and it was an outstanding contribution that he made to the people of Nebraska to be able to set that up. It's unique. No other state has a monthly call-in show. And it goes to show you that Dick had great thoughts, but he also was able to implement them.
Whether he was organizing a debate for government, lobbying for congressional support in Washington, D.C., or attending a junket on an aircraft carrier, Dick's presence was often behind the scenes, but his impact was always apparent. Dick's leadership guided the Nebraska Broadcasters Association into one of the best state broadcast organizations in the country. He will be well remembered by his colleagues, as well as his wife, Annabelle, and his family. Dick's contributions to our industry are incredible in their scope and impact. He has left us a legacy of service and an example to follow, and he will be deeply missed. It is with great honor that we induct Richard F. Palmquist into the Nebraska Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame.